yeah, there is a song about me. She spun the block and she was like, girl, you thought you was gonna get away with that? No, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. My name is Kay, aka KARMAKRYSS, and welcome to my channel. So on my channel, you guys are gonna get a mixture of beauty content, a little bit of fashion, a little bit of vlogs, just whatever I feel like doing basically. You guys might be here for my couples channel, The Good Life of J&K, and if you are, thank you so much for supporting me on my journey. But this is gonna be the girly behind the scenes content, the aesthetic content, you know, giving the girls, you know, aesthetics basically. So I just wanna start off by giving you guys a makeup tutorial so you guys can get to know me. So if you're ready to see what I'm gonna do to my face, keep watching. So for starters, I just want to really say thank you if you're sitting here watching this video. I genuinely appreciate you being here. First things first, we're going to start off with primer. So I've got two different primers. Now, I'm not the best at knowing the names and the, you know, details of each product, but I'm just going to go ahead and show them to you. Also, I did get a facial yesterday. So my skin is actually, you know, purging a little bit. So I've got a lot of texture going on and a couple pimples, couple whiteheads, so you know, bear with my skin. But anyway, so we're gonna start off with some purifying priming water. This is by the brand Revolution. It has cannabis sativa, and you know, 420 was the other day, and this is a 420 friendly channel. So if you enjoyed your 420, let me know in the comments, okay? Anyway, so we're gonna let that dry a little bit, and then I'm gonna go in with this MAC Prep and Prime primer, just a little pump. And I actually, just in case anybody's wondering, I use a regular fragrance-free face wash, but for my moisturizer, I definitely use vitamin E oil to moisturize my skin. Let's start with the brows, okay? I typically start with my brows. When it comes to my brows, I use one of two products. So I either use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Pomade in the shade Chocolate. So it looks like this, and basically you just use an angled brush. So I have this angled brush from Sephora. It's a number 22, and basically you just use that to carve out your brows. Now that's more for my dramatic looks, so I don't use that all the time, but since I'm doing my simple everyday look, I'm gonna go in with my Sephora brow pencil in the shade medium brown. So what I do is basically I just comb out my brows, make them a little presentable, and since they haven't grown out, my last eyebrow wax was maybe 2 weeks ago, so since they've grown out, I do use concealer afterwards. I go in with a Tarte concealer to shape my brows. Brows are a little bit difficult to do on camera, so I'm going to do one for you on camera, and then I'm gonna speed up. I just want to let you guys know why I decided to start my own YouTube channel. I can definitely say, let's throw it back to high school. I was definitely into watching YouTube videos when I was in high school. Some of the girls I started watching would have been Nazanin Kavari, Aaliyah's Face, Sierra Walker. Those are the girls that I started watching, and more so just for entertainment, not so much for me trying to emulate them. I just really enjoyed watching YouTube, and then over the years I realized how popular it started to get, where a lot of different people were posting content on YouTube. And from then I kind of had the idea like, oh, it would be nice to start a YouTube channel, but at the time I just felt like I had too many insecurities that I had to work on, and those insecurities was definitely my skin. I had troubled skin, I had issues with acne, my hair was definitely a lot different than it is now. So you guys see, you know, the length that I have with my hair now. My hair, when it was permed, would stop about like right here, and it would never grow past that. So I just felt like I don't have, you know, the hair that I want, you know, just all those little things. So fast forward to college, I was in a relationship, and that person definitely encouraged me to start my own YouTube channel and was even willing, you know, or really offered to buy me a camera. But I just felt like that person did not help me feel like I was that girl in that relationship. They did not put me on a pedestal, and I was not overly confident in that relationship. So I did not necessarily feel like I was in the right space to put myself on camera for the world to see, especially when in my own relationship I just wasn't feeling confident. And I feel like feeling confident is extremely important to you being able to put your best foot forward on camera. You know, you don't really want to be going through too many things behind the scenes, or not really be confident in who you are, because God forbid one bad comment someone was to say something really nasty about you, and that can completely destroy your self-esteem. But you know, if you have a strong foundation with your self-esteem, then hopefully you can kind of tune those comments out. So as you see, I just lightly filled in my brows, nothing too crazy. If I need to go back in later with more of the eyebrow pencil, I will, but I'm just gonna go ahead and move on to the Tarte concealer to shape out my brows, and I'm using a a Morphe M167 brush. So yeah, I just felt like that person was all talk but just did not walk the walk and did not make me feel like that girl. Later in college, when I was in nursing school, I met the love of my life, and her name is Jay. So if you're from our couples channel, you obviously know Jay. She definitely inspired me to be the woman that you see before you. You know, she's helped me grow tremendously. You know, we've been through a lot together as a couple, and I can tell you that being with her has boosted my confidence, because she definitely makes me feel like, you know, the most beautiful girl in the world, and I don't really need that much reassurance in this relationship. You know, I don't need her to tell me all the time that I'm beautiful, because I genuinely feel super confident and just super radiant with her. So we decided that, you know, at the end of quarantine, or not, excuse me, it wasn't even, oh, I guess it was close to the end, which was at the end of 2020. You know, we were home all of that time. We were like, okay, what are we gonna do with ourselves? So I brought up the idea of YouTube. I was like, listen, I watch YouTube all the time. I watch a lot of the Ace family. I was watching James Charles at the time, you know, just a lot of different people. So she knew that I was interested in YouTube. So I was like, why don't we start our own YouTube channel? And let's not mention, you know, there's other same-sex couples like Lauren and Steph and Sway and Jay. So I definitely watched a lot of those people, and I was like, well, you know, instead of us sitting here watching them, why don't we just watch ourselves? So we decided to start our own YouTube channel, and it has been amazing. Like, yes, we've had to hustle to get the supporters and the subscribers, but at the same time, it's really been fun. I realized I have a passion for editing. I love to edit. You know, we've had that channel for over a year now, and I really want to do other content such as, you know, makeup tutorials or clothing hauls or showing you self-care routines, that kind of thing. And I just felt like that wasn't really what our channel is about, but that could be what my channel is about. So that's pretty much why I'm starting my own YouTube channel. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do my other brow. Yes, I do switch hands, by the way, because if you start doing things with your non-dominant hand, you train the other side of your brain. Period. All right, so now that my brows are pretty much carved out, I do not make them perfect. I just, you know, do what I gotta do, and then I can always clean them up at the end. So now we're gonna move on to the eyes. Pretty much I'm going to use my Naked Honey palette by Urban Decay. This palette is that girl, okay? Let me show y'all the shades. So when it was my birthday 2 months ago, it was my 24th birthday, so my theme was 24 karat gold, and this palette did the thing. Like, it just got the job done. This is the brush that comes with it. It's just a double-ended brush, fluffy side and a more blunt side. I don't know. Over time, you guys will see me learn the names of these types of brushes, but you know, for right now, it's just a fluffy brush to me. I'm not going anywhere really. I'm not gonna go too heavy on the eye, just gonna do something super light and natural. But I just wanna give you guys advice. If you guys have ever been interested in starting a YouTube channel, there is no better time than now, because you know, you can sit there and live in fear and be like, oh, well, what if nobody watches me? What if nobody likes my content? Everybody has to start somewhere. Unless you're already famous and then you decide to make a YouTube channel, we all have to start from the bottom, and that's okay, but it's better to start from the bottom than to not start at all. Because if you don't start, you'll never know what YouTube is like. You'll never know how to be successful at this platform. You'll never give it a try. So I definitely encourage anybody to start if that's what they're interested in. Obviously, I mean, you got to be comfortable in front of a camera. You know, you got to be comfortable basically talking to yourself, but still being able to engage with your audience and have a lot of confidence in yourself and what you can create. You know, obviously it helps to know how to edit, but there are people who pay editors, and that's okay. But anyway, just start. There's no better time than right now. And with our YouTube channel, J&K, we were like, oh, well, when should we start? And then one day we just said, right now. Like, we were literally at a park and we're like, we're just gonna start right now. And that's the same. I was kind of figuring when would be a great time for me to branch out and start my own channel, you know, because starting a YouTube channel takes a lot of work. You gotta hustle to get the subscribers. You gotta really be out here creating content. You don't want to be one of those YouTubers that puts out 1 or 2 videos a month and expect people to care about you, you know? No, you gotta really put in that work. So I feel like we've been on a great schedule with our own videos, so why not go ahead and branch out and do my own? I really just encourage anybody to follow their dreams. No matter what dream you have, follow them, because I will guarantee you guys, I have followed my dreams. My original dream was to deliver babies. I've always wanted that since I was a kid. I got that opportunity at the end of my nursing school career, I guess you could say. I was in nursing school. I'm actually gonna use the end of this brush to kind of just buff out a little bit of that concealer, because we don't want any harsh lines. We're not trying to look like we really carve these babies out. So at the end of nursing school, right before I was about to graduate, I did my practicum, which is basically just your last clinical course that you take, and you can pick what floor you want to be on, what area of the hospital. So I picked labor and delivery, and I got it. My first day there, I delivered 2 babies within the first 3 hours. So out of a 12-hour shift, I delivered 2 babies within the first 3 hours, and that was honestly life-changing and amazing. But I felt like that dream was fulfilled, and my next dream was starting a YouTube channel. And I was like, nobody's gonna stop me from living my dream. I don't care how outlandish it sounds. I'm not gonna let nobody stop my dreams, like nobody. So now that I've got a good base, like I said, it's just really simple. I'm gonna go in with the shade HBIC, Head in Charge. Okay, no I didn't. Oh, somebody's gotta get the couch cleaner now. So I'm just gonna place this on my lid. Nothing too crazy, just placing it on the lid for some color. And remember, this is a simple look. So like if you were just going to go run some errands real quick, run in the grocery store, this is basically what this look is about. Nothing too crazy. So if you kind of want to blend it out a little bit, if you don't want like such a harsh, like you have gold glitter on top of your eyelid, you can use the end of the fluffy brush, kind of just blend out your crease so that the makeup kind of, you know, or it kind of gives like an ombre effect. Not really ombre, but it fades into, you know, the top shade. Like I said, I don't know the terminology for all of this stuff, but one day I will. You guys will see my evolution. So now that I've done that eye, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye. So now that that is all done and blended out, I'm gonna go ahead and grab another brush. This is a Morphe M456 brush, and I'm just gonna go in with the shade Golden, and I'm just gonna tap this in my inner corner. Do I like that shade? Yeah, that's good enough. I like to do that because I like to give my inner eye like a little pop of color. Alright, so now we're gonna go ahead and move on to face. So you guys might be wondering, where did I get the name KARMAKRYSS and why did I name that my channel? I just want to say that in the beginning of college, when I was a freshman, I had this girl that I met. Well, she was a friend at the time, and she was from New York, and I had just lived in New York for 2 years, my last 2 years of high school. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, I can kind of relate to her on that aspect. This is my foundation. It's my MAC Studio Fix Fluid. I'm not sure what shade this is in, but this is what it looks like. And I'm just gonna go in with a damp beauty blender to go ahead and place this all over my face. And we definitely want to cover up these red spots. Even though I just got a facial yesterday, I probably should not be putting on makeup, but you know, work gotta come first. She was from New York, and at that time, I'm sure you guys remember, Young M.A came out, and she came out with her song, Ooh. Oh. So everybody and their mom was singing Ooh, right? It even had made it down to Florida by the time I moved back down there for college. And so she was like, well, you know, being the New Yorker that she was, she's like, listen, everybody knows Ooh, but nobody knows the other songs by her. And I was like, well, go ahead and put me on. So she had played, you know, this one song for me. It was called KARMAKRYSS. So driving through Brooklyn, sipping in Tennessee. I knew this breakup would get to me eventually. Anyway, so that was a song. So yeah, so she had played that song for me, and I was like, oh my God, there is a song about me. Since middle school, you know, social media for me came out when I was in middle school, at the end of middle school, high school, and I had a Twitter and an Instagram. And all of that time, I was like, I just want like a handle or an @ name that like was really me. And I just could not think of one. I was like, damn, like all of these people have these creative ass names, and I'm over here with, I think it was like XX Dope Minds. Who? That was from the Tumblr phase, you know, where dope everything was popular. But I was like, nah, that's not really me anymore. I'm maturing. So I was like, what is my name? So fast forward to college, when I heard that song, I said, oh my God, that is it. I am KARMAKRYSS. So I completely changed all of my at names to KARMAKRYSS, and I was like, yes, I finally found who I am. Like, it's me. Like, she made a whole song about me. And then also at the same time, karma had become like really important in my life. As I started getting deeper into my spiritual journey, I realized a lot of things in life are just simply karma. Like the energy you put into the world is the energy you receive, whether that's negative or positive. So I realized, you know, growing up, I was a lot more self-centered and a lot more focused on my own well-being. And if I was to do anything to anybody, like anything wrong to them, I never really maybe took accountability for the things that I was doing to others and stuff like that. And what made me take accountability was karma, because she came back, she spun the block, and she was like, girl, you thought you was gonna get away with that? No, ma'am. Anyway, I kind of learned that, you know, karma's not really a bitch like people think she is. Karma's really just giving you what you deserve. So if you deserve greatness, you will get that. If you deserve a little bit of humbling, you will get that. And I feel like that's what's really important. And my spiritual journey has honestly been beautiful. I don't even know. My spiritual journey has been, like I said, beautiful, but it has also just made me really have to work on myself and work on the things that I need to fix to be the best version of myself that I can be. And that's kind of what I want to touch on next, is that who do you want to show up as in the world? Who do you want to be remembered by? If you were, God forbid, to pass away, what do you want people to remember you by? Do you want them to remember that you were this angry soul, you were, you know, bitter, miserable, you know, blaming the world for your problems? Or did you do something to change that? Did you do something to put your best foot forward in the world? And I'm just going in with my MAC Studio Fix powder. Again, don't really know the shade. It might be C7, but I've always used this. Kind of just evens out my skin tone, and it kind of makes me look a little more matte. But yeah, like, who do you want to show up as in the world? I know I want to be remembered by the changes that I made, by the inspiration that I put into the world, you know, giving people the courage to be who they want to be, giving people the courage to follow their dreams. Like, don't sit here and work a 9 to 5 forever if that's not what you want to do. What do you want to do? What are your passions in life? What makes you happy? If you had to wake up and do something for at least a few years out of your life, what would that be? I'm sure it's not working at Publix. You get what I'm saying? What do you want to do? What can you offer the world that will change the world? I feel like my presence, my experience with my spiritual journey, I can offer that to the world, because a lot of people are on their spiritual journey now. A lot of people are realizing that there's more to life than, you know, what they may have thought, and that's perfect. And I want to be like a guiding light in that aspect. And I also want to show that you can take the normal route. Like, swear to you guys, I spent my entire life in school, from kindergarten to high school, and then on to college. I did all of that, and then at the end of that, I even graduated. I got my full diploma. I have my Bachelor of Science in nursing, and I said, nursing is not my dream. My dream was to deliver babies, and I did that. My dream is to be an inspiration and make change in this world. So what new ways can I do that? I felt like working in somebody's hospital, I would have been suffocating my dreams and my passions instead of fulfilling them. This is the Good as Gold highlighter by Kylie Jenner. So, you know, I already told y'all my 24th birthday was 2 months ago. What's that? Okay, so, you know, I had to buy this, and this was sold out when I was originally looking for it. So I had literally like put myself on the waiting list. I was like, notify me when this is available. And guess what? Something in my brain, you know, my intuition be working with me. My angels was talking to me. They was like, girl, that email service does not work. You need to go on that website and look for yourself. And when I went to check, it was in stock, and I literally bought it, and I said, yep. So if you guys are into like really gold highlighter, this is definitely the one. But if you're more of a subtle girl, so this was a gift a long time ago. This Too Faced, like 2 years ago. Don't judge me. This Too Faced highlighter and blush. Everybody should eventually be able to figure out what they want to offer to the world, but I also don't believe that when you turn 18 you're supposed to have it all together. I find that to be absolutely like draining. Like, how the hell did I just spend my whole life being coddled, and then you want me to know exactly what I want to do for the rest of my life, as if the rest of your life is not a long time. But if you do have a long, fruitful life, do you want to look back on your life and be like, I wasted majority of it being unhappy? No. So I'm going to go ahead and use some setting spray really quick. This is the Urban Decay makeup setting spray all-nighter. But overall, besides the spiritual journey, all I can offer right now is prioritize your mental health. Like, put yourself first in this world, because at the end of the day, you are all you truly have. Obviously, you have people that support you, people that love you, people that want to see you win. But at the same time, you've got to be your own biggest cheerleader. Put your mental health first, and put your self-care first. And I know everybody's like, oh, mental health, self-care, like it's become such a trend. Rocket Volume Express mascara. This is actually my girlfriend's. I don't usually use mascara because usually I put on false lashes, but I'm not really going anywhere, so I don't want to waste, you know, the glue and the lashes and all of that. So anyway, a lot of people, you know, talk about mental health and self-care, but what does that really look like in a normal person? You know, sometimes we watch YouTube and we think, oh, these girls, you know, they're doing everything so aesthetic, you know, you gotta buy the aesthetic coffee making things and you gotta have an aesthetic shower or bathroom or whatever. But self-care is really unique to the individual. Like, my form of self-care is going to the park and journaling at the park and just feeling the sun on my face, or me sitting on the couch and watching YouTube. That's my form of self-care. Or going to Marshall's and finding some stuff to buy. Like, you know, it doesn't always have to be, let me make myself some coffee, let me make avocado toast, let me make a matcha, you know, that stereotypical stuff. Or let me go out and spend $6 grand on a Chanel bag. Well, that's beautiful. That's not everybody's lifestyle. So I would just really suggest, don't look at other people's lifestyle and feel like you have to, you know, be them. That's really what I want to show on this channel, is that self-care doesn't have to be the stereotypical stuff that you see. Make it your own. Like I said, sometimes for me, being the woman that I want to be looks like taking a bath, smoke some weed, get you a nice bottle of wine, you know, do something that just makes you feel you. And don't feel like you have to keep up with the pressures of society. Like, that's one thing too. Don't see, like I said, don't see somebody else buying this, that, or the third, or living their life a certain way, or this is their 4th trip to Tulum and you've never even been out the country. Like, that does not have to be your version of self-care. Know what woman you want to show up as and work towards her every single day. If you even just have to manifest and just pray and just say, oh, this is the woman I aspire to be, show up as her every day. Feel confident that when you wake up in the morning and you look at yourself in the mirror, you're like, oh, I'm that girl. I'm that girl that can take 3 trips to Tulum in 1 month if I choose. Whether or not your bank account necessarily reflects that doesn't matter, because one day it will. When you put that energy into the world, into the universe, you'll have exactly what you're looking for. I believe that wholeheartedly, and things take time too. Don't be fooled that because you see somebody who's 23 just bought their first mansion or bought a Bentley or something like that, and you thinking, damn, I'm far behind. No, they're on their timing, you are on your timing. You put that energy in, you'll be in your Bentley soon enough. My face is pretty much complete, super simple. I'm actually gonna go in with this Tom Ford Soleil Blanc spray. I like to put this on my chest, basically. It's oil based, I'm assuming. Yeah, it's for body oil. So you don't need too much. And I kind of just rub that all in to get the girls nice and sparkly. And then I'm gonna go with my Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb. I've had my hair straightened going on 3 weeks now, and this is how long it's lasted. I don't do my edges when I have my hair straight, because if I put on gel of any kind, I will literally raise my edges. They will start to curl up. Myself in the mirror, I think I look pretty good. So like I said, this is a super natural glam. Like, if I was going to Marshall's or Target, wherever I want to run, you know, errands, going to Starbucks, this is exactly what I would do. I don't normally wear makeup on a daily basis. Sometimes you just want to put in that extra oomph when you go outside. It helps you feel a little bit better, like you tried when you left the house. But majority of the time, I'm not wearing makeup and I'm looking really chill. If you guys really enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe. Shout out to everybody who's supporting me on this journey and who's willing to go with me to the top, because you already know that's where we're headed. So again, thank you so much for subscribing. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Make sure you do that. And make sure you guys hit that notification bell, so when I upload a new video, you all will be the first to know. Make sure you leave me a nice, beautiful comment down there. What are we gonna name, you know, our supporters? Like, what are you guys gonna be called? Like, if I'm KARMAKRYSS, are y'all gonna be called the Karma Squad, Karma Gang? I don't really want to call y'all a gang, you know what I mean? Like, or squad. It's like kind of lame. But help me figure it out in the comments. What's a cute, like, unique, because you know we do everything unique over here. What's a unique name to call you guys? I really appreciate all of you guys for being here and staying to the end of the video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next video.